Everyone, welcome back. So, we are nearly there. We are finally at Unit 4. You've all done an outstanding job this summer, so please give me one last strong push in Unit 4. So, quick note here, this is a video introduction to Unit 4. We're going to talk about what popular translation is a little bit. We're going to talk about the prompt a little bit. I'm going to be speaking kind of quickly because I want to keep this video as truncated and condensed as possible. I don't want you all to sit through another 20-minute lecture of me just talking about whatever it is we're talking about. So I apologize if it seems like I'm being kind of speedy here. Let's get into Unit 4, some things you need to know. First and foremost, you will see that the course calendar looks different this unit. Okay, due dates have to be adjusted because we technically end on a Thursday, August 2nd. So be on the lookout for that and make sure you are turning things in on time and make sure you're checking Canvas often. Okay, another thing, you'll see that you don't actually have as many readings or discussions or other activities this unit as we have in the previous 3 units. Please do not mistakenly think that means this is a throwaway unit that's going to be super easy and you can just do it the Wednesday before it's due and call it good. No. What I'm trying to do here is give you all ample time to really get into the prompt and do what I'm asking you to do in the prompt. And I think for Unit 4, when I weigh it out, you need more time to actually get in and do what you're meant to be doing than watching lecture videos or doing Canvas work or reading multiple readings. And also this unit is a little more self-explanatory than some other units in some ways, not in every way. So make sure as soon as you finish this video, you download the prompt. I mean it. I want everybody to download the prompt. I don't just want you to have it open in Canvas every once in a while. Download it. Have it on your computer or your whatever device you're using. Have it pulled up. Make sure you know what you need to do this unit. Okay, I'm sorry if I sound kind of harsh here, but I do not want you to lose points because you miss a key aspect of the prompt. Missing something is going to be the difference between a 92 and an 88. All right, so don't do that. If you have an A prototype, make sure you have everything else that's needed in the prompt. I want to give you an A. I want to give you a B. I love giving out good grades. Don't give me a reason where I say, well, this is great, but you missed an entire portion of the rubric. That sucks. So let's not do that. Okay. Also, another quick note about grades, final grades. Please do not email me at any point and ask me if I will consider rounding up your grade. I understand from a student's perspective that you think it is worth a shot. If you're at an 88, an 89, you think it's worth a shot. I think it's unethical from an instructor's position. Okay? It's unethical. I find it unprofessional, so don't do it. All right? Know that I'm looking at your Canvas grade 2. I see exactly where you're at. And if you fall in the 89 range, or if you fall in the 79 range, I already know you are quite borderline, okay? So what determines whether I bump your grade up or whether you stay in the grade range you're at is actually your work this summer, okay? So I go back and I look at your assignments. I look at how often you've interacted with me and maybe talk to me about where you want to be, had me look at drafts, things like that. But most importantly, I go into Canvas and I look at your Canvas stats. Okay, so Canvas shows your instructors how often you log on, how long you're on the Canvas page, and exactly what you did. So look at your stats. If you are at a 79 and you barely logged on, you didn't complete assignments, I've never heard from you, you don't do peer review, your final assignments are always missing stuff, that's not going to be a roundup case. Okay? Now then, if you're at a 79 and I see that you are on Canvas for hours a week, you were really interacting with people, you were really trying, but you just didn't break that 80 cusp, that is a situation where I would consider rounding you up. Also, to be blunt with you all, if you are at a 78, a 68, an 88, that doesn't round up. I'm sorry. So please don't email me and ask me to round up your grade. I'm watching your grades closely, so I know exactly where you're at. Okay, now then, let's move in to Unit 4. So very quickly, what is popular translation? It's actually quite broad and it encompasses a lot of things. Additionally, a number of things actually qualify as popular translations. So, popular translation is a more recent movement in technical communication and science communication fields. And by recent, I'm referring to the past couple of decades, not necessarily the past couple of years. Recent as far as fields go. So essentially, and I'm condensing here pretty majorly, popular translation attempts to bridge the gap between expert knowledge, which is often inaccessible, if not esoteric, and general populations with varying degrees of expertise. So how do we do this? Okay, how do we bridge the gap? Because that probably already sounds like a lot to you, and it is. We bridge this gap by creating popular translations. So these are things that are actually implemented to try to increase general knowledge about usually STEM-based concepts, okay, but popular translation is reaching out into some other fields as well. So these can be things like programs, camps, special courses, documentaries. Sometimes it extends into legislation, sometimes a little bit, not a lot. But an example of this would be, I've heard Norman Public Schools, I think, have some sort of engineering summer camp where students interact with engineers and professors at OU, and they do engineering things to try to introduce students to engineering fields, get them interested in STEM, something like that. The actual camp itself, that is a type of popular translation, and it's a really successful one, usually. So another fantastic and enduring example of popular translation is actually Cosmos, the show that was originally led by Carl Sagan, of course, and is now helmed by Neil deGrasse Tyson. Cosmos, in my opinion, is one of the first and most effective examples of popular translation. And Carl Sagan, maybe not that great of a guy, from what I understand anyway, he was really well known for doing popular translation work before we actually called it what it is. Okay, so if you're really wondering what is a popular translation, look at what people like Sagan, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Bill Nye, Jane Goodall, look at what they do. A lot of times they are really trying to increase public interest in STEM. They're trying to introduce folks to what they do, what their field is. That is popular translation work. It can just manifest itself in a lot of different ways. Okay, so let's quickly look at the prompt, shall we? All right, so I will let you all read the contextual background of this. And again, download the prompt. There's a lot here. Make sure you know what's happening. So what are you doing this unit? What I want you to do is you are going to pick and explain, and by explain, I mean translate, teach, right? Think back to Unit 2. You're translating and teaching something here. You can pick any STEM-based concept, idea, phenomenon, methodology, formula, moment, whatever, right? You can pick any topic from STEM at all. And you are going to look at how that topic looks in 1 to 3 text. Okay, so text can be television episodes, films, video games, comics, literature of all sorts. And you're going to explain it to a general user base. Okay, so again, I'm going to step back and explain what you're doing here, because you kind of have 3 steps you're dealing with. You have your topic. You pick 1 to 3 texts that depict your topic, and you use how your topic looks in those texts, correctness, incorrectness, things like that, as a springboard to actually translating and teaching your topic to general users. Now then, a quick note. Some of you may be wondering, Callie, why can't I just pick a topic and explain it to users? I found that is actually much more difficult to do than having text, specific text you can look at and use as a springboard to explain your topic. Okay, just picking something like quantum physics and saying I'm going to create a popular translation that teaches that is very difficult. And that's quite a big undertaking, especially in our time frame. Now then, having 1 to 3 text that depicts some aspect of quantum physics where you're analyzing that and you're explaining that, that's much more doable. Okay, so let's move on. So again, you're looking at correctness of your topic in your text. Incorrectness. If it's incorrect, is it a big deal? What's at stake in presenting your topic inaccurately or otherwise fictionalizing the concept? So what you're doing with that, you're creating a popular translation prototype that addresses the aforementioned questions, and you're going to, again, translate the idea to a general user base. So this unit, note here, you're not necessarily creating a paper, a traditional paper. You are creating an actual prototype. So what can your prototypes be? Let's move on to that. You have 3 options for what your prototype can be. You can go with a video essay, 10 to 15 minutes in length. You must include a separate works cited page. You can create a Wikipedia-style article, 1,500 to 1,800 words in length. Again, you have to have references. References do not come into the word count. Or you can create a podcast, 10 to 15 minutes in length. You need to include a separate works cited page. Okay, now then, let's talk about these 3 options really quickly. I'm leaving these a little open to you. Okay, so I don't have any particular format in mind. So if you pick a podcast and you say, well, what should my podcast look like? As long as you are meeting the objectives of the prompt, I do not care what your tone is. I don't care if you be funny, if you're serious, if you bring friends in and have some more people on your podcast, if you go it alone. I don't really care how you go about it. Okay, so I am purposely giving you all creative liberty here because I really want to see how you engage with the ideas of the course and how you all will translate likely a difficult concept to a general audience. That's what I'm interested in. So whatever you think is the most effective and will be the most successful, that's what you go with. Okay, so again, you all can look at the deliverables here. Make sure, I'm going to repeat this many times, you follow the prompt. And I'm saying that repeatedly here, especially because once you look at the prompt, you'll see why. There's quite a bit here. I try to give you all as much information as I can so you know exactly what you're doing. Okay, another quick note with the Wikipedia article, you can use a Wikipedia style template. I don't expect you to actually try to join Wikipedia, get an article approved, and all of that nonsense. It's complicated. So just create a document that looks like a Wikipedia article, okay? So as far as, again, topics here, anything from STEM works. Absolutely anything. So I give you some example concepts and text. So if you're really going, I am overwhelmed, I don't know what to do, you can look at these. You could also look at, okay, what are science-y things I see depicted in film a lot? What's something I see depicted all the time? Also, these topics don't necessarily have to pertain to your major. If you're a biology major, you're more than welcome to pick a mathematical concept. If you're an engineering major, you can pick a biology concept. It's whatever you're comfortable with. It can be something you're already quite well versed in and feel comfortable with. It can be something you're interested in and would like to research further. Also, do note that this unit, you're not just pulling explanations out of your head and your own knowledge. Okay, so you're going to have references, you're going to have research. You need to build ethos. So no matter your prototype medium, you need to be citing sources, you need to be building your own credibility and showing you've done your research on what the topic is, okay? So I'm actually gonna end this here. Download the prompt, read it. If you have any questions, which I expect some of you will, let me know. I'll just say now, this unit is meant to be more open, okay? I really wanna see what you all do, how you all are engaging with the concepts of the course. So if you are a little uncomfortable with how open this is, talk to me, pitch ideas to me, ask questions. I'm happy to do that. If you love the idea of just jumping in and doing whatever inspires you, awesome, do that as well. But if you have any questions, as always, let me know. And thank you all for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.